desert.
Hi, I'm Diane.
And I'm Jake.
We're going to walk to the dunes. We're going to take pictures and collect information about the desert to send to my new pen pal. She's never seen the desert before. What should I tell her?
You should tell her about the weather. Tell her that it is usually warm here and that it gets really hot in the summer. Don't forget to tell her that it hardly ever rains.
Take a picture of that creosote bush. This plant really knows how to take care of itself. It has terrible tasting and smelling leaves so that animals don't eat it for dinner. Its leaves close during the day so it doesn't dry out, but they open at night to collect moisture. It has two root systems, one that grows deep and one that is near to the surface. That way, it can get the water it needs from the top or below the ground.
Make sure you tell her how the kangaroo rats can turn the seeds they eat into water. Oh, and tell her about the adult tortoise that can go 6 years without drinking water.
When you think about it, desert animals are very amazing.
Here we are.
I love the patterns the sand makes on the dunes.
Look, a lizard. He's digging under the sand. It's getting warm out. I'm sure he went down there to cool off. Let's just sit here for a while and enjoy the desert.
It's so beautiful and quiet here. I could stay here all day.
What's that noise? Can you hear it? How are people hurting the desert?
Sometimes people riding dirt bikes destroy plants and animals' habitats. The desert is very delicate and doesn't recover easily.
Let's head back home.
Yeah, some people just see the dunes as piles of sand. They don't take the time to see the plants and animals that live here.
It's not only the sand dunes that are in trouble. Every year, more and more desert is lost when houses and businesses are built on the desert. Water is also becoming a big problem on a lot of deserts. People moving to the desert can mean less water for the plants and animals living here. Look, see those people camping with their trailer?
I know people like to get away and go camping. They should camp at a place that is set up for campers.
Can I see the postcard that you got from your pen pal today?
Sure. She says she's living with her parents on a research station in the middle of Antarctica for a year.
She writes here that the area in Antarctica where she is staying is also a desert. Even though it isn't hot there, it's dry, and they get less than 3 inches of snow a year.
Hey, she writes that tourism is hurting that ecosystem too.
I think we should do something to help protect the desert. Maybe we could teach kids that it's important to treat the desert with respect and care.
That's a great idea.
Let's show kids that the desert isn't just a pile of sand with a few plants growing on it.
If we teach kids to respect the desert, maybe they will make good decisions about the desert in the future. I do have to say that riding those dirt bikes looks like fun.
I know what you mean. Isn't there some way that people can ride dirt bikes without hurting the desert?
I just read about a local group that is working to turn a large part of this desert into a national park.
That's a great idea. A national park can have set places for people to camp and ride bikes, and places where the desert will be protected.
Turning part of the desert into a national park would also stop houses from being built in that area.
I'm sure there's something we can do to help.
The article said they were raising money for the project.
I know. Let's have a walkathon. We can put up signs at school and all around town.
Adults sometimes write letters to Congress.
Can kids write letters too?
Of course we can.
Hey, let's look up the addresses of our people in Congress and pass out flyers at the walkathon. We can write to our state senators and representatives and ask them to keep the desert life in mind when voting on new rules about where people can build houses and factories.
I'm excited. These are great ideas.
I can't wait to get started on something that will help protect our desert.
Look at the ecosystem where you live. Are there things that you could do to protect your ecosystem?